Hey guys, Adam Katz for DogTrainerToolbox.com. The rumors are true. I have retired from running Google Ads. I have not retired in general. So you won't see me out on any golf course or anything. I'm still going to be in the Dog Trainer Marketing Group. Still going to be offering our Done For You dog training business website where I feel I can really make the most difference in the dog training industry. But wanted to share a little bit kind of behind the scenes as to what prompted this move and why I think it's actually the best for my clients and for you if you ever consider using, Brendon to run your Google ad campaigns. So 2 days ago, I sent out this letter to all of my clients, all of our Google Ads clients. I said, dear client, hope you're all well. I am retiring from running Google Ads campaigns. I'm tired of fighting with Google and it brings me no joy. And I'll elaborate a little bit more on that a little bit later in this video. However, your continued success with Google Ads is important to me. So instead of selling my book of clients, I've decided to hand over the management of our accounts to the same person who has mostly been running your campaigns all along, my lead tech for the past 5 years, Brendon Venter. You will see no interruption in service. In fact, the only difference is that you'll now see Venter Marketing, parentheses, venteronline.com, on your credit card statement instead of running direct, starting with your first billing in July. Brendon will get in touch with you to get your billing information. His email is brendon.venter@gmail.com. Brendon knows all of my trade secrets and strategies when it comes to running Google Ads, and I dare say even knows the account we run for you more intimately than I do. I poached him from a big name Google Ads agency, and in the past 5 years, he has proven to be a genius at running these campaigns and an invaluable asset. A big part of the success you've been receiving with your campaigns is because of him, and I'm going to get into that a little bit more in detail in this video. I've turned down offers from larger agencies in lieu of going this route because I feel it is the best and most seamless thing for your continued success. I'm going to talk about that some more as well. I didn't get into this for the money servicing dog trainers. I could have made way more money running Google ad campaigns for trucking logistics companies or criminal defense or credit card companies, companies that spend over $100,000 a month in Google ad spend budget, way more money. But I've done this. I got into this running Google Ads for dog trainers because I've owned 3 dog training businesses myself over the past 28 years. I still identify as a dog trainer. There's a lot of talk about people identifying as different things. I identify as a dog trainer even though I don't have a dog training business currently, and I probably never will have a dog training business again. Still, most of my friends are dog trainers. Most of the people I hang out with or vacation with are dog trainers. And so that's a big part of who I am, which is why when I started this company, I did it because I wanted to help good dog trainers like you help more dog owners and save more dogs' lives. Getting back to the email. There is nothing you need to do except reply to Brendon's email when he contacts you. We'll take care of transferring the management of your account to Brendon's master control panel as soon as he receives your billing information. Including the monthly management fee will remain the same. The nature of the monthly contract will remain the same. And for those of you who will ask, yes, Brendon will continue only working with one dog trainer per market. So if you're currently one of our clients, you'll continue to be one of Brendon's clients and the only client in that city or in that market. The results you're getting will remain the same or possibly get better even. And if you're grandfathered into one of our landing pages with the 5 call tracking numbers and contact form tracking, that will remain the same too. So basically everything remains the same except that your credit card bill will reflect Venter Marketing instead of running direct. And you need to get set up with him. He'll send you an email. Thanks again for your continued support. If you have any questions, please let me know. So I wanted to address a couple of potential misunderstandings that I've heard back from some of you guys. Number one, Brendon never was my apprentice. Brendon in many ways was, well, not in many ways, he was basically somebody I brought on board to take our Google Ads management to the next level. What happened was when we finally shut down dogproblems.com, which was our subscription membership-based website, which we ran for like 17 plus years, I had a guy who had been an affiliate marketer who was sending us traffic through Google Ads. And Google killed that entire business model at the time. They basically put over 100,000 small business owners who were affiliate marketers out of work. Google is evil. And when that happened, I knew that this other fellow, Robert, is an older gentleman. He had the skills. I brought him in-house. I had him running the ads for our membership subscription website, membership subscription dog training website, dogproblems.com, for years and years and years. We ended up making over $6 million from that project. And I learned a lot about how he ran successful Google ads. So when I started this dog training business, even though I'm not a technician, I'm not an engineer, which is really what's required to run these campaigns. At a higher level, you need to be a technician and an engineer type person. You need to have that kind of aptitude. I'm very much an entrepreneur aptitude. I'm a marketing, advertising, sales kind of guy. But I had learned enough from this other gentleman, Robert, that I felt in talking with dog trainers, many of who were saying, oh, I'm running my own campaigns, I knew I could do a much better job running their campaigns because they're trying to run their own campaigns and run a dog training business, forget about it. So I started doing that, and quickly I learned that there are layers and layers and layers to running a Google ad campaign. It is very much like dog training. You get people who say, oh, I'll just train my own dog. You know, on one end of the spectrum, they think they're gonna buy a book and train their own dog, and yeah, kind of, but not really as well as it could be. Or you've got guys like Omar von Mueller or Fred Hassan or Bart Ballone or Ivan Balabanov or any host of other just genius expert dog trainers who can train a dog faster, better, more efficient than any pet owner could. And so that's what I wanted to provide. I wanted to provide that level of service for the dog training industry, because the reality is that once a guy gets really good at running Google ad campaigns, he's not messing around with small potato businesses like dog trainers anymore. He's going up the ladder and moving up to a point where he's working with people that are spending hundreds of thousands of dollars a month, and he's making himself tens if not hundreds of thousands of dollars a month managing those campaigns, and those are the big leagues. I've never wanted to do that because I've never been, despite being a business guy, I've never been money motivated. I'm freedom motivated, I'm challenge motivated. And so my goal was to provide the best possible service to help good dog trainers like you reach more of the market, help more dog owners. And so Brendon Venter, who became my lead tech, he had been working for large Google Ads agencies, working for big name clients, and felt like he was just a cog in the wheel and really wasn't making a difference in anyone's life. He'd also had experience working for a lot of these larger churn and burn agencies where they give an ads manager like 100 to 150 accounts to manage, and maybe he's got 5 to 10 minutes a week to look at that account, and he felt like, you know, he wasn't doing anybody any service putting his skills to use for that kind of an agency environment either. What happens is they dump 150 clients in your lap from all different industries. You don't have enough time to focus on any one, and it's a churn and burn operation. They know that the client's gonna stick with you for anywhere from 2 to 3 months, and then they're gonna drop off and they'll get more people to replace them. And he was like, I'm not doing anything of value doing this. I hate it. I don't wanna do it. So we ended up finding each other and realized that we would make a good fit. And from that point, I started to think of the Google Ads agency for dog trainers as kind of the same way a restaurant owner would view his business. Now, the restaurant owner basically goes out and finds the best chef he can find, a Gordon Ramsay, and that's what Brendon kind of became. So Brendon started taking care of the back of the house stuff, which was actually running the campaigns. I took care of the front of the house stuff, which was basically being the maitre d', the host, in some cases the waiter, so to speak, handling, onboarding the clients, promoting the business, bringing new dog trainers into our service, and Brendon would handle running them. So every genius thing about what we've been doing, from using 5 different call tracking numbers and contact form tracking and setting up different test campaigns all over the country to figure out what worked, to figuring out what the money keywords are that we should be putting more of our clients' money towards, instead of wasting it on 10,000 different keywords that rarely if ever convert. Setting up not just a negative keyword list, but 6 different negative keyword lists, 2 of them which are shared negative keyword lists. All of that stuff was Brendon. The guy is absolutely brilliant. And so this last year, back in January, basically, he came to me and he said, listen, I'm working 12 hours a day, 7 days a week. And that's been true. He's been like on the ball literally all the time. And he said, listen, it's inflation, I need more money. And I said, Brendon, you deserve more money. The problem that I have is that because we're servicing dog training business owners, there's an upper limit, there's an upper cap on what I can charge. And because of that, I can't increase my fees beyond what they already are. We charge $4.99 a month to manage the Google ad campaigns. And that's a big ask to ask a dog training business owner, especially somebody who's maybe kind of new, to spend $1,000 a month on management plus having to spend, the ad spend budget, right? The money that goes straight to Google. I just didn't see it being feasible. So I started thinking more and more about it. Brendon is at a point now where, he always has been. He was the genius behind actually running the campaign. So wasn't worried about that. And at the same time, me being tired of fighting with Google, being tired of being at the expense of this giant corporation that didn't give 2 shits about me or my clients, and basically in a position where we're spending well over $1 million a year, well over $100,000 a month, and the type of customer support that we'd get was less than we would get if I ordered a $15 product from Amazon.com and needed to get on the phone with Amazon to get that issue resolved. They're sending us to these $2 an hour employees in Mumbai, India, who knew less about the issue than we did. And in many cases, we'd have to figure things out on our own. Sometimes we'd have to just completely rebuild a campaign rather than just actually getting somebody on the phone that knows what they're doing, who could resolve an issue. Extremely, extremely frustrating for me, because I've got better things to do with my life than deal with that kind of nonsense. And so Brendon really stepped up and handled a lot of that for us. And I'm eternally grateful for him. So in February, what basically we started talking about was, because I'm getting no fulfillment, and I'm completely convinced that if I continue doing this for another month or two, for another year or two, I'm gonna end up having a heart attack. That's just the way it is, I can tell. I'm gonna end up having a heart attack and dying because I friggin' hate this. I friggin' hate dealing with Google. I think they're an evil corporation. I do not wanna do this. I do not wanna spend any more of my limited time here on earth dealing with this. Brendon has a completely different temperament than I do. He has that technician engineer temperament. He handles things differently than I do. And so it became immediately apparent that this is the guy that should be not only running the campaigns, but owning this side of the business, so that I can spend more time focusing on the stuff that I'm really good at and completely control, like our Done For You dog training business website, as well as pursuing other ways that I can help you guys get clients, because I don't want you to be completely dependent upon Google. Google may decide at one point to completely shut down what they're doing or change it in a way that makes it not work for small business owners like us. Who knows? But bottom line, I'm just not having a good time, and it's causing health problems for me. So this is what we decided to do, is that instead of selling the book of clients to a larger agency and not knowing how they were going to treat you guys, or if they can get you guys the same results that basically Brendon and I have been getting, it made way more sense to hand the book of clients over to Brendon and allow you guys to work directly with each other without me being in between in the process. So really, the only thing you're actually giving up is just seeing this ugly face, and maybe a little bit the way that I tend to explain things. But generally speaking, when a client wanted to know what was going on with their account, I would open up the the master control panel, and I would basically be looking at what Brandon had been doing and then interpreting what was going on with the account and then conveying it to the client. Brandon can do that. Brandon, because Brandon's the guy actually running the campaign at this point, or has been for a long time now. So you're going to be in really good hands. Brandon has my full support, full faith and support. There's no one, not just me saying this, but there's no one who can run a campaign for dog trainers like Brandon can, because we've done this for well over 100 dog training businesses at this point. You'd be a fool to think that just because you're not dealing with Brandon through me, that you can go out and find somebody else who can run campaigns better than he can. So again, Brandon's going to be sticking to the one client per market ethic that I've always used, which does mean that if you do drop off, which is your prerogative, again, I highly recommend that you don't, but it is your prerogative, and he'll end up getting somebody in that market that replaces the previous client in that market. So my advice, hold on to him as long as you can. Again, you're still on a month-to-month contract, so it's like if for some reason something stops working, it's not like you're locked into anything. But take it from me, believe me, I'm begging you, believe me, for your good. This guy is a genius when it comes to running Google ad campaigns. Stick with him. There's still going to be externalities to how the account performs. Possible coming recession, summer vacation in certain markets react differently. All of that stuff's consistent regardless of whether I'm part of the operation or not. But Brandon is a winner in my book. So those are my thoughts, and that's why I did it. Again, my attention needs to be in other areas. I'm not retiring. I'm just retiring from the Google Ads game, and I'm going to be spending my time focusing on the done-for-you dog training business websites that we offer, because I feel like whether you're using Google Ads or you're using Facebook or you're using your truck wrap or billboards or postcards or whatever you're doing to send traffic, the traffic ultimately needs to end up on your website. And that website needs to work as hard for you as you work for your business. And so with the Done For You website offer, it's tested, it's proven, and it works incredibly well to convert cold traffic into hot dog training leads. So that's where my focus is going to be, as well as testing other types of marketing to help you guys grow your dog training business. I just don't want to have anything to do with Google anymore at this point in my life. Thank you guys. If you have any questions, I'm more than happy to answer them. You can either private message me, email me, post in the comments below this video, and I'll try and help you out and steer you in the right direction as best I can. Again, my primary goal is that I want to see the dog training industry grow in a positive direction, and I want to help good, competent dog trainers like you reach more desperate dog owners. Hey, I'm Adam Katz for DogTrainerToolbox.com, as well as the Dog Trainer Marketing Group on Facebook. We'll talk to you soon, guys.